The Veterans Crisis Line 24/7.
Gallagher's Pizza, Italian food, Irish spirit. McMahon's of Luxembourg, where the best home for our furniture is yours. Cobison Buses, family pride in every ride. North Star Dental Group, changing your life by changing your smile. Lamers, the passenger professionals. Dandred on West Mason, one low price, always. Witt Family Auto, from our lot to yours. And Simon's Specialty Cheese. Experience the best of Wisconsin at Simon's Cheese.
From Saputo Stadium in Pulaski, it's time for the TV32 Sports Showdown. Two of the top teams in the state in Division II going head-to-head as number 6 West Pere visits number 4 Pulaski. Welcome to the broadcast, everyone. We're ready to get things rolling. I'm Ted Stefaniak alongside John Mino tonight.
Pulaski, I mean, it just is a beautiful night once again. And now the stands are jammed here. The band is all in their full regalia. We are ready to rock. What a good matchup this should be.
That is Pulaski wearing the red uniforms, kicking off to West Pere. That goes
almost out of the end zone.
Yeah, so coming out to the 20-yard line, West Pere wearing their white jerseys. So, John, West Pere comes into this game. They're ranked number 6 in Division II. They're undefeated on the season. They've looked great so far.
Yeah, they got a great passing attack. Duke Schovald, of course, their quarterback, 6'1", 178. He was only a sophomore last year. Got a lot of experience on that pretty good football team. He's got some nice wide receivers. Look for them to put the ball up in the air a bunch early on. You know what Pulaski likes to do, play really tough defense and grind it on offense.
Pulaski coming off their only loss of the season. They fell to Bayport last week.
No disgrace there.
Absolutely not. So it is it is West Pere in their white uniforms. Handoff, first play of the game. Good for about 4 yards. Let's check in with our third member of our broadcast team, Chris Lemo, down on the sidelines, part of that NBC 26 neighborhood crew. What do you got,
Lemo?
Chris?
Well, it'll be interesting to see as West Pere's offense takes the field. Wide receiver Langdon Norgard's really progression as he comes back from severe kidney trauma that he suffered in the first practice of the off-season in June. He was able to progress after going down to Children's Hospital in Milwaukee and eventually came all the way back when doctors said they didn't even know if he'd get to play again, and now he's back on the field.
Meje Mitchell with the carry. Thank you, Chris.
Mitchell with the first 2 carries of the ball game. He's having a tremendous season once again. A lot of colleges looking at him really quick, and you'll see that when he hits the hole. But again, this Pulaski defense is about as active as any you'll ever see, Teddy. We saw them a couple of weeks ago, and man, they were just all over the place. They just fly all over the field, don't they? This defense just swarm.
Pulaski knocking off Pere in that game a couple weeks ago. And we talk about big game early in the season, the midway through the season, but with one loss now to Bayport, this is really almost that must-win situation for the Red Raiders. So we're looking at a 3rd and 2 here for the Phantoms.
Mitchell again.
And Mitchell fighting for that first time. He's going to be really close. I think he got it by the way the officials came running in.
Really close, but I'll tell you what, once again, that defense doesn't give much. He does get the first down. Teddy, am I seeing things, or is the down marker lit up?
The down marker is lit up.
I've never seen one like that before.
See our officials for tonight, including Steve Ludeman Jr., our lead official tonight. Yeah, it is a digital.
It is a digital down marker. I have literally never seen one of those in high school football before.
I love it, though.
I do, too. Mitchell
Here's
again.
Mitchell. Good
Take
for
her to 5 seconds.
7 or 8 yards.
Rylan Rodel driving him out of bounds after a pretty good gain. So it's been all Mitchell early on. Every play he's carried the ball so far. Comes in averaging over 6 yards per carry. As I mentioned, extremely quick. Talking to one of the assistant coaches, he's in that 4.4, 4.5 range in a 40, which is very legit.
2nd and 2 coming up after that 8-yard pickup by Mitchell. Yeah, you can see him at the top of your screen, that number 2 lit up for that down marker.
I love it.
We're going to be talking about that all night, I can tell. Bright lights.
Darn right.
Ball on the 39-yard line.
Mitchell again. Flag.
Came in from that far sideline.
It's one of 2 things, of course.
Start.
In the neutral zone
Offense.
or a legal procedure.
Penalty.
It's a legal procedure against the Phantoms of West Pere. Coached by Chris Greisen, former multi-sport athlete up in Sturgeon Bay back in the day. Had a tremendous college career down in Missouri. Then spent some time in the NFL with the Arizona Cardinals. Back up to Jake the Snake Plummer. Remember Jake the Snake?
I do.
Had a phenomenal career in arena football. And now coaching here at West De Pere.
So 2nd and 7.
Mitchell again, that defense just comes over in a hurry.
Now Mitchell with 80 carries in his first 4 games of the season.
Wow, Mason Wells, another stop that time, 6'3", 205, defensive back, great size. By the way, Pulaski missing a key
defender.
Yeah. Into tonight's ball game.
Yeah, Jake Adams out, suffered an injury in that Bayport game last year. He was a
last week
against Bayport. He's a first-team all-conference linebacker from last year.
Suffered an injury, saw him on some crutches before the ball game. You always hate to see that, especially with a great athlete like that, and especially when it's a senior. Yeah. Hope he makes it back this year.
Absolutely.
5 wide receivers.
3 to the near side. They look
lots of time.
Way, and now
under pressure,
closes.
And down he goes. Jackson Morgan gets in there in a hurry. Number 30, Jackson Morgan, 6'1", 185, defensive end. He's a junior.
Well, good job by Morgan to stay with that one. Shut him down, brings up a 4th and 6 in a punting situation.
And that's that defense we were talking about, that swarming defense where they'll just come. It's literally, when you play basketball, maybe sometimes they put like 6 guys on defense in practice to simulate the speed. It almost seems like they've got an extra guy or 2 out there. That's how many red jerseys they get to the football.
So Bryce Smith to punt for West De Pere. This is a
high boomer.
One. Going to bounce at about the 42 and go out of bounds. So we'll step away. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. So just under 9 minutes to play in this first quarter as Pulaski takes over after the punt.
Maverick Cole gets his first carry of the ball game. First of probably, 25 for the ball game?
Calling Mr. Cole's name quite a bit.
Caleb Cameron, 5'10", 170, came up and met him head on.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 ball on the 44-yard line.
Trips left side, now motion. I didn't think they'd stay out there that long. They're back in the backfield.
They set it up for the right side, and Cole again picks up another 4 yards.
Just a big, tough football player, that Maverick Cole. 6'2", 230 pounds. Nothing fancy about him, just kind of puts his head down. Although he actually, he kind of runs straight up and down, doesn't he, Ted?
Yeah.
He's kind of like one of those taller running backs, but still really strong with the legs.
One of those guys you don't want to be straight up and down
Lordy,
trying to take him
I
down.
would not want that.
When he gets ahead of steam. So
like
3rd
that.
and 3 and a first down here for Pulaski.
Cole gets another first down. Carter Schmidt, 6'1", 176, junior defensive back for West De Pere, comes up and makes the stop. But again, this is when Pulaski has the football, it's kind of like a running clock.
Yeah, very much so.
Very much so.
And they are into phantom territories. You get a look at the starting lineup offensively for Pulaski tonight.
Quarterback calling his old number.
4-yard pickup.
Logan Schultz.
Logan not afraid to run the ball himself.
Not at all. And he has thrown it with success this year. And actually in that De Pere game, they didn't throw it a lot, Ted, but it seemed like the throws they did make were very effective. They really set up the pass as well in that game.
Yeah, 38 passing attempts this season. So not a lot of attempts, but maybe a
for
little bit
Pulaski?
more. Maybe a little bit more than we would expect from a Pulaski team.
A little bit of the option, well read that time by West De Pere. They get over there.
Dockstader, the ball carrier.
Getting over there in a hurry was that phantom defense.
Yeah, Dockstader usually lines up in that wing back position.
Run just that little bit of a option. Shane Kempen coming over to make the stop. 6'1", 210 linebacker, senior.
Yeah, look at all the options in the backfield. This is a direct snap to Maverick Cole.
Okay.
And that was tipped. Was it caught? No, they'll say no. It was pretty close.
I've got my binoculars on, and I completely followed the wrong guy. Completely followed the wrong guy, Teddy.
Dylan Dorn was the player that was closest to catching it. It was tipped. It had a weird spin to it.
I wouldn't know. I was watching somebody else. So 4th down for Pulaski. 4 down territory? Maybe? No. No.
Doesn't look like it.
Does not look like it. So a nice drive comes to an end. Thanks to that West Pier defense.
Brock Steinbrecher, the punter.
6'5", 205 pounds. Tell you what, we were standing down there when they came running out. They got some size in this Pulaski team.
And that will bounce around the 5-yard line and touched at the 3-yard line. Great coverage. We'll step away. You're watching Showdown. Just under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Ted Stefaniak, John Mino with you for this game between West Pier and Pulaski, and the Phantoms go back to work. They were pinned deep in their own territory.
The quarterback standing in his own end zone. Not much of a game. That was Mitchell once again. Jackson Morgan, number 30, making the big hit. That time for Pulaski. Everything's going to be hard to come by. I mean, there might, Mitchell is so quick, so fast. He could bust one. But when you're talking about just kind of grinding it, you're not expecting a lot of big plays against this Pulaski defense, just because of the way they play.
See the Phantoms starters on offense tonight. On the 2nd and 8. Ball sitting on the 6-yard line. Chauvel to the air. Has his man at the 10-yard line.
That's Nordgaard.
And that is Nordgaard. Good to see that. That is just his 2nd reception of the season.
Right, of course, suffered an injury in the summer. Brandon Hensel with the stop, number 8 for Pulaski. Brings up 3rd and short. Is it even a full 1 there, Teddy? About 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet.
Yeah, pretty close.
Got to think Mitchell will get the call here.
See the defensive starters for Pulaski. Ball sitting on the 13. They don't need much.
He's
and
got
I think they got it.
Yep, up to the 15-yard line. So, if nothing else, this drive has almost been somewhat of a success because, again, the first snap was taken with the quarterback standing in the end zone. Now they're out to the 15-yard line. Getting that first down is so huge when you're set way back in your own territory like that.
A little room to work. And Chauvel, over 700 yards passing already
in
this
5
season.
games, or in 4 games. That's right. That's fantastic. 7 touchdowns, 8 touchdowns. No, he's off to a great start.
Norgard on the near sideline.
Mitchell.
Split wide, but they go back to Mitchell.
Gets about 3. Hard-earned run. Number 26 for Pulaski. Charlie Schuster, one of the guys coming up, making the stop that time. So 2nd and 6. Or the 19. Ted, we've seen Westy Pier over the years, and a lot of different styles. Of course, one of the most legendary coaches of all time in state Wisconsin history. Coached them for
Coach T.
Coached them for so many years. And they had a variety of offenses. He really tailored them, I thought, towards his personnel.
They had some good ones over the years, and here's another good one. When you think about Neje Mitchell, first team all-conference, running back of the year last year in the FRCC.
Had a chance to bust one that time. Elliot Karch coming in to help make the stop that time. See, he's close there. He's close to busting one. So 1st down. But they've had some great multi-dimensional quarterbacks over the years, haven't they, Ted? Remember Tollefson? He could do it all.
He did a few things.
He did a few things.
Including some trips to Madison.
Yep. Just straight up the middle, nothing fancy, but a gain of about 3. Yeah, but they've always found quarterbacks who are great athletes first, and then they seem to get molded into great quarterbacks.
Yes.
I apologize, I can't remember the name of the quarterback just a few years ago. He was a great baseball player, went on a baseball scholarship, started since he was a freshman. Remember that? I mean, they find the great athlete, and they mold them into quarterbacks.
Well, and now you've got a head coach who knows a little something about the quarterback position.
Exactly, and a different style of quarterback, though. More of the taller throwers, set up strong in the pocket.
2nd and 7, a big hole. Nice job by Mitchell to pick up the 1st down. So he got a nice opening on that right side and took advantage.
He really did. Now he's finding some gaps right there. So all of a sudden this Westy Pier offensive line is finding a way to find some gaps in that Pulaski defense. It's the defensive backs having to come up and make these tackles right now for Pulaski.
So Ben Schmidt and Paul Kirsten on that right side of that offensive line.
Play action.
Handoff this time. And Schowald in trouble. Gets by one defender. Second defender will pull him down.
Wow, chasing him down, Charlie Schuster. What a nice job. Nice job of the quarterback, including the first guy. But Schuster really showing some wheels that time, chasing down a very athletic quarterback. Schuster, big kid, 6'3", 180. He's a linebacker, just a junior right there. He gets away from Tyler Cairns. That then gets taken down for a big loss. So second and a bunch, Teddy. Second and 17. See if they come out wide. Got Norgard flanked wide to the right. 2 wide receivers on the left. Actually trips to the right now. So 5 wide receivers in the formation right now for West De Pere. Changing the play at the line of scrimmage.
Is it Lesage and I can't make out the number.
They've got pretty much everybody out there that plays receiver. They've got them out there. 5 wide receivers. Looking over the middle.
Oh, had a man. Massive hit there.
Brody Kirscher was the intended receiver, but you're right. Boy, those defensive backs and linebackers for Pulaski were just waiting in the weeds and unloaded. So bring up 3rd and 17. I love that spread offense like that, though. I mean, just, again, nice sized quarterback sitting back there waiting to see what's going on. 6'1". About 180 pounds.
But what about the discipline of Pulaski?
That's what I mean. That's Pulaski.
There were 3 guys around that receiver.
Absolutely, man. They read their keys. They don't get fooled. So 4 wide receivers this time. 3 here on the right, 1 on the far side.
We'll keep Mitchell in the backfield.
3rd and 17. Good protection. Great protection. Has the man wide open.
And
Close to the first down. Ryder Lesage.
It's going to bring up a 4th down decision here.
Yeah,
for Chris
near
Tyson.
midfield, 49-yard line. Yards are so hard to come by. What do you do? 4th and about 3. They're going to punt, I believe.
Yeah, midfield.
Man.
Yeah, you don't want to make a mistake here.
Well, you know, we saw De Pere make a couple of mistakes, and Pulaski really took advantage of it. Oh, they're going for it, Ted. 4th and 3, they're going for it.
They're lining up to go for it.
Yes. You always have to qualify everything I say.
They'll give to Mitchell. Mitchell tries the right side again. He's held up at the 50 and pushed back.
Again, just a swarm. Look at that. 3 red jerseys on him.
Turnovers on down. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Showdown. 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line, and Jacob Dockstader gets the first carry of this series, and he takes advantage of it. Check it out.
Boy, it looked like he had a chance to take it all the way down that sideline, didn't he, Ted? A nice little misdirection. You got Maverick Cole as the decoy going to the right side. You have to watch him. Nice strong tackle coming up over there for West De Pere. Thomas Mudd making the stop with the biggest gain of the ball game so far for either team as Pulaski moves inside the 30.
And then on top of that, a penalty flag comes against West De Pere. That'll add insult to injury for sure.
Face mask, unintentional. Ball up to the 23-yard line. 1st and 10.
10
Red
seconds
Raiders on the move.
remaining in the quarter.
Looked a lot like the same play, Ted, where they had Maverick Cole once again as the decoy. You have to respect him going around that right side, and they give it to a guy slip around the left end.
First quarter in the books. No score in Pulaski. You're watching Showdown.
Go.
So we begin the second quarter. No score between Pulaski and West De Pere. A 2nd and 4. Ball in the 17 in the Gallagher's Pizza red zone, and they'll keep it on the ground and a first down.
Schultz with the carry that time. Taking for the first down. Number 31, Jacob Breyer, making the stop. 6'2", 191. Schultz hasn't run the ball a lot so far in this first half, but he always gets, when they do call his number, it always works, doesn't it, Ted?
Yeah. So ball on the 12-yard line. And I don't know about you, John, but I'm having trouble following the ball up here. They do so many deceptive moves in that backfield.
Yes, they do. I've noticed that, Teddy. Maverick Cole carry that time, but Andrew Baumgart did a nice job staying home, making that tackle, holding to a gain of about a half a yard. So roughly 2nd and 10 from the 11-yard line. Beautiful field, huh, Ted, here at Pulaski. Beautiful facility.
Absolutely. They've been here for about 6 years now. They're moving into this new building, and it is outstanding. 2nd and 10 from the
Schultz
12.
Wow, what a big play by Westy Pierce. Jacob Breyer once again, number 31. Watch him just burst through that gap and just rodeo him down. Big play by Jacob Breyer.
Hey, tonight's instant replays are brought to you by our friends over at Simon's Cheese. Experience the best of Wisconsin at Simon's Cheese Little Chute. 3rd and 10. Ball sitting on the 11-yard line. Just underway here in the second quarter.
Cole knocks one of his guys out of the way to make the case. Cruz Vandenheuvel with the stop for Westy Pier. Looks like a field goal attempt coming up.
Well, Sam Murphy, we saw him in that game against De Pere. He was pretty good in that game.
Tremendous leg. I was watching him in the pregame.
Senior will set his spot at the 15-yard line.
So that Westy Pier defense bent but did not break.
Pulaski looking for the first points of the game. The kick is up, and the kick is good. First points of the game belong to the Pulaski Red Raiders, 3-0. They lead West De Pere. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. And the Down and Distance is brought to you by Gandrud West Mason Value Center. Find the right vehicle at the right value for your money. Complete inventory online at gandrudwest.com.
Well, okay, I'm going to say it again, Ted. I don't want to jinx us for the rest of the season. We've had the most beautiful Friday nights midway through a season we have ever had in all the years we've been doing football.
Don't jinx it.
I'm not jinxing it, Teddy. I'm not. I'm just saying this is really great football weather so far this season.
Absolutely.
Although, again, we're starting mid-August, basically, versus, years ago, it was like Labor Day weekend. So, where week 5 would have been in October. But we'll take it. I'll take it. I just think it's been great weather for football.
Murphy to kick off after that field goal.
To the 2.
And across the 15, 20, up to the near the 30-yard line before he's pushed out.
Nice return that time, Benjamin Lemeron.
Hey, every time a team reaches the opponent's 20-yard line, they're in the Gallagher's Pizza red zone. Gallagher's Pizza, Italian food, Irish spirit, now with locations in Swamico and De Pere, as well as 2 locations in Green Bay on West Mason Street and Webster Avenue.
So Westy Pier still looking for a way to ratchet up this offense a little bit. They've had some drives, picked up some first downs, but haven't been able to really consistently drive the ball against this defense. 3 deep secondary. Low snap. Bounces. Now the ball's on the ground. Mitchell has to fall on it. That play was trouble from the start. The snap actually bounced on the ground before it got to the quarterback. Quarterback tried to corral it. Did not get a clean handoff to Mitchell. Very fortunate for Westy Pier. Despite the big loss, they didn't turn it over deep in their own territory. So there's a snap. Must have just slipped out of the center's hands. There's the handoff that didn't work. And Mitchell very alertly just wrapping it up. Salvages it with a loss of 6.
Good heads-up play by Mitchell. So 2nd and 16, ball rolls back to the 24-yard line. 9 minutes remaining in this first half. Put Lesage in motion, and before that, let's see. Nope, it's going to be a timeout. So Chris Bryson wants to talk about it, make some corrections here, make sure they get it right on the 2nd and 16. So we'll step away. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. Bell & Health, Titletown Sports Medicine and Orthopedics is proud to provide licensed athletic trainers for area schools and local athletes. Tonight, Janine Ziemer and Abby Klicka are working the sidelines for West De Pere. Thanks to Janine, Abby, and all the Bell & licensed athletic trainers who help keep our kids safe and in the game. Bell & Health, the official healthcare partner of Sports Showdown.
Big play for West De Pere here.
2nd and 16. Chris Greisen taking that timeout to make sure everyone's on the same page, and it paid off.
Flip it over to the right side. Caleb Cameron.
About a 10-yard pickup.
So make it 3rd and manageable. 3rd and about 5. Looks like. So gain of about 11 on the play. It's a good call. New Pulaski will be coming hard. Pulaski's safety plays pretty deep. It's number 4 back there. William Strachek, 6'2", 170. Look how deep he plays, Ted. He's almost 15 yards deep at that free
Lone
safety
man
position.
back there.
Yeah.
That last line of defense.
So 3rd and 6 for the Phantoms.
Fake to Mitchell. Shovald, he was fighting for
Huge,
that first down. I think he's about
short.
a half-yard shy.
Yeah,
John.
I agree. Nice fake, though. Nice play call. First time we saw a quarterback draw like that. Had the fake to Mitchell. Once again, just like with Maverick on the other side, you got to respect that. Okay, it's going to be 4th and really short. Well, about almost a yard. We'll call it 4th and 1 from the 39. I haven't seen the punt team come on.
Yeah, they're going to make a decision. Well, they're making a decision talking about that. We were talking about a quarterback, one of the quarterbacks for West Appear,
yes,
not too long ago. Our buddy Gary, watching the game as he normally does, letting us know Josh Blount.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. We saw him play for 4 years. Started as a freshman throughout his entire career. Then we had to play college baseball, I believe.
Yeah, pretty good athlete.
Tremendous athlete. Just tremendous. Remember when young Mr. Dexter McNabb's son was a great running back for that program? No,
Great baseball player, too.
Yep, they turned out some dandies.
Played baseball in college.
Right? Duluth, I believe, right?
And Oshkosh as well.
Oh, wow.
Big hit in the backfield. So West Appear goes for it on 4th down.
Big play, number 43, Eric Sperduto with the stop. Big play by that defense for Pulaski.
Hey, tonight's Showdown game is brought to you in part by McMahon's of Luxembourg, now celebrating their 87th birthday. Quality furniture at reasonable prices, where the best home for our furniture is yours.
This Pulaski defense is really something special. And they come right to the line of scrimmage, ready to go.
They'll start at
reverse.
the Phantoms' 37-yard line, and Dockstader has a first down.
Handed off once again, Maverick Cole. Dockstader takes from the left side. They're using Cole as a decoy a lot more than we've ever seen before. Obviously, you scout this team, you got to watch for 37, but that's about the 3rd or 4th time where he's either gone to the right with the fake and then they come back the other way, or that time took and just handed off to the left side. And a gain of 9.
Full house backfield once again. They are loaded up, and Maverick Cole takes his shot at it, gets the first down, and about 8 more.
Thomas Walder going down around the ankles to take him down. But another big gain to the 21-yard line. When this Pulaski offense gets into this rhythm, Ted, it's literally like, I know it's a corny old saying about playing downhill, running downhill, but that's almost what it feels like at times when they're in gear. You just tell by the way they come out of the huddle. Cole.
It is Cole again looking for the end zone. Takes on a defender at the 5-yard line.
Thomas Mudd with the touchdown-saving tackle, but another first down. So 3 plays, 3 first downs for Pulaski. Boy, when that big guy gets ahead of steam.
So a 1st and goal from the 5-yard line inside the Gallagher's Pizza red zone. Put Dockstader in motion. They fake to him this time. And Schultz stopped at the 5-yard line. Nowhere to go that time.
No, defense came in really quick for Westy Pier that time. Joseph Joyner, number 8, helping in on that tackle that time. Gain of maybe 1, just inside the 5-yard line. But you see how quick Pulaski comes out of the huddle, Ted?
They do. Our producer notices that, too, because we can't get our commercial breaks in quick enough. They put 4 guys in motion at the same time. Direct snap. Maverick Cole tries the left side. Beats some defense there inside the 5. Picked up a couple, but it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Looked like he had a shot to take it in, but Shane Kempen, number 5, and number 31, Porter Martson, Jacob Breyer, both coming over to make that stop. Gain of 1, 3rd and 3 from the 3. In another fast-moving first half.
They put a receiver wide to the left. I believe that's Dylan Dorn out there on an island.
Cole takes the snap.
He go straight up the middle, but he's going to be
He's
shy.
short. He's at about the 2, so they've run 3 plays, gained 1 yard on each play. So the Westy Pier defense trying to stiffen up here. What do you say, Coach? Go for 3 more or go for the 6?
It looks like they're going to go for it here.
Yeah, 4th and goal from the 2. Moving down to late first half. Why not?
They bring in Caden Haig. Comes in off the sidelines. He wears number 6.
So 4th and goal from the 2-yard line for the Red Raiders.
Under center. And, Maverick Cole just busts through the defense and into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
Boy, it looked like Westy Pier had that stacked, but Cole, just as you mentioned, just burst through with that 230 pounds and that quick step. Take another look at it here, Teddy. Takes the high snap and just plows his way through. Got a good lead block there by number 63, Charles Dufresne. 5'10", 180, offensive lineman, 63. Dufresne did a really, really nice job leading that time for Maverick Cole.
Murphy's kick is up and good. We'll step away. You're watching Showdown on TV 32.
Are supported by these fine businesses. Performance Auto Body, proud sponsors of Pulaski's high school sports teams. McKeefrey and Sons, wishing all teams great success in 2022. With Family Ford, from our lot to your driveway, our tools help you find a vehicle quickly and easily. Asphalt Specialists, proud to support Pulaski Athletics. And Super Ron's Food Center, a great sponsor of all Pulaski Athletics.
Well, from our lot to your driveway, our tools help you find a vehicle quickly and easily. Whit Ford, your trusted Ford dealer. The boys just down the road from Pulaski.
Absolutely.
High school?
Well, I'll tell you what, Teddy, you got to give Westy Pier credit going for it on that 4th down, but when you make a mistake against Pulaski and they get the ball in good field position, inevitably they're going to make you pay.
And they did. Took them 4 tries.
Right. They gained a yard each time, basically, in all 4 plays, and that last one was about 2-yard run by Cole. But again, it got a nice lead block that time to help spring them through by Charles Dufresne.
So here's a kick fielded at the 4-yard line.
It's got a lane.
And some room to run. Met at the 40 and taken down at the 41.
Nice return, Benjamin Lemeron.
Hey, Lamer's Bus Line is hiring safe and friendly school bus drivers for daily routes and after-school athletics. Lamer's offers increased hourly wages and bonuses up to $2,400 each year. Visit golamers.com/careers to apply.
Okay, another thing with playing Pulaski, that clock runs a lot, so you don't get a lot of possessions. West Pier hoping to make this one, which will probably be their last possession of the first half, trying to make it count, starting out at their own 40-yard line.
Looking to go to the air.
He's got time.
Yeah, he's trying to buy some more time.
There's nobody open.
Yeah, check down to Mitchell, but he
and you know what?
An escort going on.
Yeah, and you know what? I was looking for the deep man. They were trying to go deep. You had the free safety, you had the corner, or the strong safety. I'm not sure what it was, but the free safety for sure had him blanketed. So the deep man, they basically said, okay, we might concede something short. We're not going to concede the long ball. We're going to keep that safety deep.
Hey, you just saw Bell and Health. We've got a special interview at halftime we'll share with you. Josh Brellenton from Bell and Health joining us before the game. We'll run that interview coming up on concussions and some of the things that they're doing to try to prevent concussions in the future.
5 defensive backs.
Schobel back to work. One through the hands of one intended receiver, and it ends up in Langdon Norgard's hands.
Boy, great conversation. Wow, great concentration that time by Langdon Norgard. I think it went through his teammate's hands, right? Basically, it did, yeah. Because that was number 10, Ryder Lesage, and he kind of had his head down like, dang, I missed that one.
I wonder who it was actually intended for.
Exactly, I don't know, but that was a great pass by the quarterback, Chauvel, that time. That was his most impressive pass of the ball game. He really had something on that one.
Big play for the Phantoms.
Up to the 39.
On the 4-minute mark. Chauvel looking right now, turns to his left. He's
Got
got
room.
some room to the 30 and then steps out of bounds.
Just inside the 30-yard line, did a nice job. Looks like he's got some rhythm going now, huh, Ted?
Well,
Early on, it was a steady diet of Mitchell.
Good decision, too, not to take on some of these
Right.
defenders. Just
Get out of bounds.
get that yardage and move on.
You got those kids have been eating Polish brats and puchkis their entire life. You didn't have one tonight, did you? The Polish
I've
sausage?
I've got one
It's
ready
fantastic.
to go at half. I've got one ready to go at half. I was a little disappointed at our sideline reporter, Chris Lemo.
I know.
He's here in Pulaski.
Yeah, he's bragging about Philly dogs or Philly steak
a
sandwiches.
burger.
It's like, hey, you got to try one of these. You got to try the Polish dog here in Pulaski.
Yeah. Well, I hope he
And
picked
what does he
up
have? He had a
Polish dog.
hamburger or something. Unbelievable. So disappointing.
We'll check in with him at half as well.
Mitchell got a lead blocker. Cuts back. Another big gain.
About the 22-yard line.
Nice blocking that time by the offensive line. Pulled the guard, took him over to the right side.
We'll stop the clock momentarily as they move the chains on the first down. Plenty of time here for the Phantoms. 3:45 remaining in the first half.
22-yard line.
3 receivers to the right this time, and we will get a timeout.
Timeout by Pulaski.
Will take this timeout.
Keeping it here. You got to like the way this offense has come back and responded for West Pier right now. Mixing up the pass, mixing up the run. Early on, it was a steady diet of Mitchell, so there didn't really seem to be the threat. I think maybe they were looking at that Pulaski defense with the 5 defensive backs they have out there at times. Thought, you know what, we're just going to keep it on the ground. And that worked for a while, but then all of a sudden Pulaski shut that down. But a nice job right now to reversal with the passing game.
We talk about how important this game is for both teams. Pulaski suffered their first defeat last week. Tough game against Bayport.
Once again, that Bayport team is just stacked once again.
Yeah.
They've got some outstanding football players.
Yeah, 23-7 defeat to Bayport. And again, like you said, no shame in that. That is a tough Bayport team. Meanwhile, West Pier, they're just rolling. 4-0 coming into this one. Big win over Ashwaubenon last week. And trying to keep it rolling here, but they find themselves down 10-0 late in the first half, looking for their first points of the game against this very tough Pulaski defense. Chauvel goes across the middle, has a man inside the 10-yard line near the 5.
Nice play action that time. Really did a great job of kind of selling it. Joseph Riesenberg, 6'1", 185-pound wide receiver with the stop. Love the way this quarterback is playing right now for Westy Pier, showing a lot of confidence.
Riesenberg, only 4 receptions coming into this game, but 138 yards. So you know when he does get the ball,
it's a big play.
They're big plays.
You bet. So inside the 5. Let's see if we have a diet of Mitchell from here on out.
It's a 1st and goal. They'll call it from the 4-yard line.
Quarterback under center, doesn't do that a lot.
Norgard split to the left. They give it to Mitchell. Mitchell dances across.
Really close.
Inside the 1.
He's inside the 1 foot.
I was going to say he made a really nice adjustment right at the line of scrimmage.
Very
to
nice.
Be able to gain those.
Yep, no huddle.
2.5, 3.5 yards.
For Westy Pier, I'd look for a quarterback sneak here.
Chauvel.
Nope. Mitchell.
Gives to Mitchell. Mitchell's their go-to guy, and he is in for the touchdown. Phantoms.
Impressive drive by Westy Pier. You know, their Daubers could have been down a little bit with 4 minutes left to go in the first half. They trailed 10-0 and just put together a really, really impressive drive, doing a nice job through the air. And then Mitchell capping it off with a 1-yard touchdown run. So a big answer for the Phantoms. First time we've seen them put the Red Raiders on their heels a little bit with that drive.
And that was a long drive, too. Bryce Smith, the extra point, is good. And we've got ourselves a 3-point game. Pulaski 10, West Pier 7.
Now, Pulaski not noted, of course, as a high-speed type of offense, but if they get half-decent field position with this return, I'm telling you, this offense has some wrinkles where they can pop some things. So this will be an interesting 239.
Some big games coming up. Again, we're only in week 5. We're 239 away from the official halfway point.
That's right.
Of the season. But
That's right.
Look at this game coming up next Friday. Tell us about this one, Johnny.
Neither one of those teams has outstanding records this year. We realize that. But
you don't have to lead with that.
No, I'm just saying, though, but sometimes that leads to really close contests is what I'm saying.
Okay, I got you.
And it's a phenomenal rivalry, Westy Pere and Appleton Xavier. And one of the special reasons we're there is the legendary Rocky Blyer, one of the all-time great high school football players in Wisconsin State history, will be back for homecoming. He'll be back for our golf tournament at the Wisconsin Veterans Village, and he'll be in the booth with me and Ted doing color commentary. So no matter what, that's going to be special, having Rocky Blyer on our broadcast.
Don't want to miss that next Friday night, 7 o'clock, right here on TV 32.
Absolutely. Uh-oh, look at this.
Oh, look at this
Look
kick.
at this. Oh, my goodness. I'm glad I didn't go against him in punt, pass, and kick.
8 yards deep into the end zone on that. I thought it was going to travel a little further.
Yeah, I did too, but it only went
foot.
out of the end zone. Yeah, you're right. I thought it was going to get to Krakow.
Wow.
Wow is right. Wow is right.
Bryce Smith.
You know what, I told you just before the game, I was kind of playing catch with some of the kids down there.
Yeah.
These footballs these days are a lot, rounder, a lot thicker.
You mentioned that. Are you sure it's not the ball's getting bigger, but your
hands getting smaller? Maybe.
What do you think?
Happens with age.
So the first carry, the Phantoms up for the task on that play.
Logan Schultz with the carry. Gain of about 1. Hit early and stumbled, then finished off that time. Coming up, Joseph Joyner. Nice size, 6'1", 225.
You got 2:10 left in this first half. What do you want to do if you're Pulaski?
I would get some first downs. I think they will. Watch that jump pass. Schultz. Close. I think he has a first down.
Yeah, I was just going to say, a lot of times they don't have these big chunks
right,
of
exactly.
yardage.
I know what you mean, but I think they've got enough confidence in their offense. You know what? We're going to control this. We're going to get some first downs. We're not going to give them the ball back. That's their attitude. Whether it always works or not.
You want to see some passing here?
I would like to see that jump pass. Remember they did like the old wing tee?
Yeah.
And by the way, remember I mentioned who was the last guy to start at quarterback in a Super Bowl and ran the wing tee halfback position in college? So many people were disappointed you didn't know who Billy Kilmer was.
Billy Kilmer.
So many. Have you researched him, Billy Kilmer?
I haven't, but we've got another timeout.
Okay.
I could jump on the Google machine and see, find some images and stats for you.
Disappointing. Who did they lose to in that Super Bowl? Do you know who?
I don't.
The undefeated Miami Dolphins.
Oh,
remember
sure.
that?
Of course.
Who did the Washington Redskins beat in the first playoff game that year they went to the Super Bowl?
The Vikings.
The Green Bay Packers.
History.
Yes. Just soak it up, Teddy.
We're going to try to find
up.
some more commercials to run.
So do you have to listen to all that?
Yeah.
But remember, the Redskins came out in a, back in them, that's what they're called. They came out in like an 8-man line to stop Brockington and MacArthur Lane, and the Packers did not have any success throwing the football with Scott Hunter. Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was yeah.
Yeah. Christmas Eve, 72. Where were
You have
you?
one of those photographic memories, don't you? It's amazing. One of the many amazing things about John Mino.
Maybe the only one.
Here's a first down. Ball on the 30-yard line for Pulaski.
Schultz. Taken down early. Coming up quick that time, number 9, Isaac Castor for Westy Pere. Gain of about 1. Just wondering if Westy Pere is going to try some of their, or using some of their timeouts. They've got 2. I got a feeling if this play doesn't go anywhere, they will. Don't you, Ted?
They might.
Schultz looking to throw. Oh!
The defender was coming on.
Maverick Cole makes a big catch, and then a pretty good gain, stays in bounds. That was close to 6 the other way.
Well, that's a tough decision if you're the defender out there. You're kind of on an island out there with Cole. If you don't get the pick,
he could go a long way the other way. Thomas Smudge with the stop then, or with the attempted interception. But a timeout is called by Westy Pere.
I'm going to see if we can get Lemo on the headset over there. I don't know if he's hooked up. We could check in if he's had any of those Polar sausage tonight.
I don't think he has. Lemo has been a disappointment tonight. Those Philadelphia guys, they're all like that, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, on the Polish sausage side. Now we don't know that he hasn't tried it yet.
We don't know that.
Yeah, we don't know
that.
He was looking for some punchkis.
He was looking for some punchkis.
So
I don't think they make punchkis outside of Lent, do they?
Oh, I think they do.
Do they? I thought it was just a seasonal thing.
I think that's a big thing there.
Is it a year-round thing?
Well, sure.
Do you still come to Polish Fest? Or Polka Fest, rather?
Polka Days.
Do you do that?
I have not been.
Okay.
I didn't make it there this
year.
year.
I heard one year you were cutting it up downtown.
They told me
dancing
not to dance
on the
anymore.
street.
They
but
told me not
I'm
to
just telling you
dance.
what I heard.
Felt pretty bad about that.
Just telling you. Schultz.
3rd and 5.
Looking to get to the outside. Not quite. And goes out of bounds. It'll be 4th down with 53 seconds left.
Yeah, got out of bounds to. So it.
4th and about 1.
It's tempting to go.
It's very tempting to go. And I think they are going. They are going from their own 39-yard line with 53 seconds left, 4th and 1.
Big play here.
Schultz up, quick kick, kind of goes off the side of his foot.
See where they'll mark this one.
I don't think that went the way they were hoping at all. I understand the play, I understand the strategy. It's just the execution wasn't what they wanted.
You want to check in with Lemo?
Lemo.
Yeah, well, so far, definitely a defensive battle here today. Been surprised by how aggressive both offenses have been in their own territory here, going for it a couple times, around the 30-yard line. Going to be interesting here to see if West Appear can capitalize.
Did you have a Polish dog?
Not yet.
All right. Disappointing.
Before the 3rd, we need a full report on that.
Yep.
We'll get a food review.
A little bit of a bubble screen to Norgard. Has some room inside the 40.
Nice play. Oh, and Norgard
gets up limping. He's got to leave the ball game. Well, he can't leave the ball game, but he's not really going to be effective in this play because he is limping heavily. And I think they're calling an injury timeout. Absolutely. He's over here on the far left side. They do call it timeout.
Yeah, it's not going to be an injury timeout.
No, full timeout. He's limping heavily with his left ankle, I believe. Hate to guess or anything, but he's just.
You hate to see anybody injured out there, but we were talking. Chris was talking about Norgard and his situation over the summer. So just got back to action here, and now comes up limping. So hopefully he's going to be all right.
Right, he was a phenomenal player last year as a sophomore. Looking for a huge junior season. Suffered a really strange injury to his kidney in the summer, and just summer workouts, like a 7-on-7 passing league type thing, and non-contact, but fell the wrong way. I believe somebody's elbow hit him the wrong way or something, and for a while there, they were worried that it was serious and that his football days might be curtailed, but he's bounced back. It wasn't as serious as some feared, and he's only had one catch coming into this ball game, but he seems to be full speed out here tonight.
And he is not.
No, I think
he's
he
not
left
in
the
the
ball.
set
here.
here.
He's on the sideline.
So they could have kept him in since they took that time out, but he is not on this play. So 1st and 10 from the 39. Only 36 seconds remaining in the first half. Chauvel, that was a little bit of a low snap, and looking for Mitchell, and just
overshot him. Mitchell had about a step and a half on the defenders. If he could have dropped it in, it would have been 6. Just overshot him. He had to put just a little bit more air under that pass. Quarterback looks good when he sets up back there, though, doesn't he, Ted?
He does. And it is Norgard coming off the sideline, so he comes back into the ball game.
It's good to see.
And he is split to the far side. He is that receiver closest to the sideline for West Appear on that right side.
Now Mitchell goes over there. So 4 wide receivers on the right side, 1 on the left.
Chauvel looks that way.
Has a man.
Yeah, connects with Lesage again. It's going to bring up 3rd down at about 3 yards.
Clock still running with 20 seconds left to go in the first half. Let's see if they run a play or just try to clock. Well, they're taking up too much time to clock it now.
They do have a timeout still.
10 seconds left. 8.
Chauvel.
He's going to have to go deep. Clock's going to run out. Half's going to run out.
Has
his man. Oh, and knocked out shy of the goal line.
Reisenberg with the reception, and then paid
Wow.
the price with a big hit.
Mason Wells, I believe it was, with
Man.
the hit. I'll tell you what, he was going for the end zone, and the defender came over and just threw up a physical roadblock.
Well, they will check on Reisenberg to make sure he's all right. We have reached halftime where Pulaski leads 10-7. Great game here in Week 5. Big interview with Josh Brelenton from Bell & Health coming up next. You're watching Showdown. It is halftime here in Pulaski. We've got a very special guest, Josh Brelenton from Bell & Health, joining us today. And, you know, concussions is always top of mind when you're talking about any kind of athletics, especially football. And I know that the NFL and college and even high school looking at ways to prevent concussions with this device you've got here, the Guardian Cap.
Right. Very, very popular as of late. If you watched Hard Knocks, if you watched the news, if you went to training camp this year. These have actually been around since 2010, believe it or not. It's actually just picked up storm as of late. The NFL just recently published their latest reports on this. It dissipated concussions about 50% compared to the last 3 years of studies. And the concussions that were logged were actually, half of them were hits to the face masks. So they say it disperses about 33% of force. I think, to your point, it's only a matter of time till it starts trickling down to the youth leagues.
Josh, obviously it's intended to prevent concussions, but what about as far as the other person, the person wearing it, inflicting the blow? You know what I mean? As far as, is it a two-way street that it protects both?
It is a two-way street, and what's unique about that is a lot of coaches in particular, you're not hearing the loud banging of the helmets together anymore. It's just kind of soft bubble wrap hitting each other. So it's like, is this real football? Is it not? It does look a little awkward, but I think when more studies kind of reveal themselves and it's all about player safety, I think this is probably kind of the next wave.
Yeah, Josh, have we seen this device come down to any of our local colleges or high schools yet?
Probably about a quarter of the area in terms of high school is using these. We actually have seen some youth flag football leagues wear these, where they make them where they don't go over a helmet, they just go over your head. I think any way to get more youth involved in the game, to get parents comfortable, to get kids comfortable, I think you're going to start seeing these pop up like crazy.
Yeah.
Could you see this, I'm sorry, Tate, could you see this ever being in a regular game?
That's a tough question. I don't know. I think that would be a tough sell for both players, coaches, fans. It is an entertainment business at the end of the day. That's a tough sell. More to come on that. Yeah.
Of course, Bell & Health is so involved in taking care of young athletes. Your concussion team is outstanding.
Sure. So obviously we have Dr. Edmond. He's been in the area for a long time from Kimberly. And then we have a new provider, Dr. Ryan Burns. He's also a concussion expert. And you can always stop into with our free walk-in clinic should you have a sports-related concussion.
Absolutely.
Teddy, hit me. Hit me.
Hit him. I don't have one on.
Hit me,
so
Teddy. Hit me. Didn't feel a thing. Didn't feel a thing.
I'll hit you, my friend.
Didn't feel a thing.
We've got to take another time out. Josh Brelenton from Bell & Health. Thanks for joining us once again. Halftime continues after this timeout. Heck of a game. Pulaski leads West Appear 10-7 here at Saputo Stadium. Ted Stevaniak and John Mino with you for this one, and the band sounds outstanding down on the field, don't they?
They are one of the best high school bands you'll ever find. They are literally nationally known, and they're looking to go to some big places this coming season.
Yeah, and that's why we're going to bring Chris Lemo back in, our neighborhood reporter from NBC 26. Chris, what do you got?
Well, this band, they performed and practiced for over 300 hours last year, one of the students told me. And that's how they get this tradition of excellence that's just gone through the band for decades now. They're on the move, and the Pulaski High School Marching Band might be moving toward another performance on a big stage. The Rose Parade in Pasadena, California.
We work super hard, like everybody's practicing every day and standards are pretty high, so everybody still wants to meet those standards.
That hard work has paid off, resulting in trips to the parade in 2007, 2012, and 2017. And they want to go back. They're waiting right now to hear whether they'll be invited to play in the parade this winter.
Is the biggest competition for marching bands in the world.
The road to the City of Roses wasn't always an easy trek.
The first time we applied was a no. They said, no, thank you. This is not what we're looking for. And we thought, well, we gave it our best shot.
The next year, parade officials called asking why the school didn't apply again. Next time they applied, the committee recognized how they could be an ambassador for Wisconsin.
The romantic aspect of a small community with a big program is something that they have interest in.
Once the Tournament of Roses saw the work Pulaski's band did in their first appearance, it helped cement the band's legacy in the parade.
The next time going back seems to be a little bit easier because there's that acquaintance. Now we know one another, we know how you operate, we know what to expect.
When the Red Raiders marching band visited California, they brought a slice of Pulaski with them.
One of the things we feature in our show when we perform in Pasadena is a medley of polkas.
The polka music proved to be so popular that the president of the Tournament of Roses visited Polka Days in 2017. And this is one of those bands that they're everywhere. I mean, they play at parades all along Northeast Wisconsin. And for them to be invited, one of only 21 bands each year that get invited to the Rose Bowl parade, is just a spectacular feat for the school as a whole.
Thanks, Lemo. And I don't know if you noticed out there, but there's 5 guys in football uniforms as part of the band.
Yeah, that really speaks to the dedication of this band. I mean, yesterday when I was in that room with them, you could just tell how passionate they really were about this and how dedicated that even the people that played different sports always came back to that band practice because they knew they wanted to get into, get their hours in.
Be a part of something special.
Well, and you were talking about the Tournament of Roses director coming to Polka Days. They were so impressed with the polka music they were playing in Pasadena. That's an outstanding story.
That's fantastic.
Chris, have you had a chance to get to Polka Days yet?
I didn't get the chance to go this year, so next year that's one of the things that's kind of on my bucket list.
Ted Stefaniak was their Man of the Year a couple of years ago, guest of honor at Polka Days, and he actually danced to kick it off, polka, polka, polka. Teddy was out there leading the way downtown in Pulaski.
That's not true at all.
And he was doing it with a punchki in one hand.
I don't know why you would say that.
And a Polish brat in the other, Lemo. It was something to be seen. It's on YouTube.
The last time I was there, somebody told me to get off the dance floor. Get back to sportscasting, they said.
Yeah, Teddy, I think they have a height limit for the polka.
Lemo's probably a good polka dancer.
Lemo, you'd polka?
I'm going to be honest, in the Northeast, I don't think polka's a big thing. I've heard of it before I came out here. I didn't realize it was like this big of a deal. Okay. So I still got to learn a bit.
Oh, I think there's.
You've heard about the Kenosha Kickers, of course, though, right? No? Okay.
No Kenosha Kickers?
No Kenosha Kickers? All right, Lemo.
Hey, let's take a break. We've got more coming up here at halftime. What a great ball game. We've got Pulaski leading West De Pere 10-7. Halftime continues after this timeout.
Are supported by these fine Pulaski businesses. Hammerbeck Dental, proud supporter of Pulaski Athletics. JW Industries, wishing all Pulaski teams great success in 2022. Laney Cheese, cheering on the Red Raiders in every sport. Peters Concrete, you call, we haul, a great sponsor of Pulaski Athletics. And Witt Family Ford, from our lot to your driveway. Our tools help you find a vehicle quickly and easily.
Gandred West Mason Value Center makes navigating today's used car market easy. Find only quality pre-owned vehicles on our lot, safety inspected and reconditioned for the roads ahead. Our non-commissioned sales staff help you maintain your budget goals by guiding you to the right vehicle at one low price. And we help you stay on track by offering competitive financing options. It's that easy. Purchase your next vehicle with confidence from Gandred West Mason Value Center.
Perkins burger, fries, and pie combos are back, starting at just $10.99. Mix and match any of our 100% Angus beef burgers, like our barbecue Tangler burger, breakfast burger, and the all-new Smokehouse Bacon Double Cheeseburger. Served with crispy fries and a slice of any of our famous Perkins pies. And don't forget to order seasonal treats from our bakery, like our fresh-baked pumpkin pies and muffins. Order online at perkinstogo.com.
There is a lot to love about Northeast Wisconsin.
And there's a lot going on every day, from Fond du Lac to the North Woods.
That's why NBC 26 is embedding our reporters into local neighborhoods. And that's why I'm here.
That's why I'm here.
That's why I'm here.
And that's why we're here. We're highlighting more of the places and the neighborhoods that you care about. NBC 26 Neighborhood Reporting, more local reporters covering more of Northeast Wisconsin. We begin tonight in Sturgeon Bay.
Pulaski Athletics are supported by these fine businesses. Performance Auto Body, proud sponsors of Pulaski's high school sports teams. McKeefrey and Sons, wishing all teams great success in 2022. With Family Ford, from our lot to your driveway, our tools help you find a vehicle quickly and easily. Asphalt Specialists, proud to support Pulaski Athletics. And Super Ron's Food Center, a great sponsor of all Pulaski Athletics.
Three-point lead for Pulaski over West De Pere in what has been a very entertaining, low scoring, but what an entertaining ball game.
Very entertaining ball game, hard-hitting ball game. You know, both teams kind of had to go out of their comfort zone a little bit. Not saying that West De Pere throwing the football as much as they did took them out of their comfort zone, but I think they thought that Mitchell maybe would be a little bit more of their bread and butter early in the ball game. That Pulaski defense did a great job. They had a great job of keeping their safety very high, the high safety deep. Then they did a nice job of bringing up their their linebackers, who I think are some of the most active linebackers that I've seen in all of high school football so far this season. They really recognize the play quickly, but I thought West De Pere did a fantastic job of adjusting for their scoring drive. As for Pulaski, as we mentioned, they're on the 5-yard line. It took them 4 downs to get in. They were gaining 1 yard at a crack. Then they got that big fellow. They have such a big weapon in big number 27, in Maverick Cole, 6'2", 230 pounds. He is really a force to be reckoned with. So this second half, I'll tell you what, you want to talk about anybody's ball game, the old cliche, that's exactly what it is.
Well, we're sitting here in week 5, an important game for both teams. West De Pere trying to remain perfect on the season. Pulaski coming off a loss, 3-1. They need a victory to keep pace with the leaders in the FRCC. Second half action coming up after this timeout. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. Well, getting ready for the start of this second half as we officially begin the second half of the regular season. 4.5 weeks in. And a big game for both teams. West De Pere trying to remain unbeaten. Pulaski trying to get back onto the win track and keep pace with the leaders in the FRCC.
And you know what? I still like the matchups, Teddy, of the Old Bay Conference. You know, some of the old traditional conferences, in my mind, it's still that. And these two teams have gone against each other in so many sports, and they've always battled. They've got a very good respect for each other. It's not like a West De Pere and De Pere kind of rivalry. It's a little bit more personal because those kids pretty much grew up next to each other, but these guys have played in sports against each other for so many years and have a lot of respect for each other.
Both sitting in Division II, most likely be Division II teams in the playoffs this year. You expect both teams to be there, but again, it's a battle of top 10 teams. West De Pere number 6 in the state, Pulaski number 4.
Well, we were talking last week. It was just amazing when you go through all the different divisions, how many teams from Northeast Wisconsin are ranked in the top 10. No matter what division you look at, it is just inundated with Northeast Wisconsin football teams.
So West De Pere wearing their white uniforms will kick off to start the second half. Ted Stefaniak, John Mino with you on the call tonight. And Pulaski in their red uniforms waiting to receive.
Deep.
And this one is going to be fielded at the 4-yard line. Picked up.
Taking up the other way.
And met at the 15-yard line. Hey, let's take a look at tonight's Smile Cam. Tonight's Smile Cam brought to you by North Star Dental Group, changing your life by changing your smile, and some great smiles out there.
Look at that, absolutely. Tonight. What was that theme? The Roman theme or something? Maybe Greek?
Toga party? Maybe?
Toga? Yeah, one of the two.
Yeah,
all right.
Smile when you got a toga party.
Absolutely. I know I always do.
Yeah, a good smile.
Good looking stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to go visit Dr. Pete.
You should. Appleton.
What do you mean by that?
Well, why wouldn't you?
Okay. Wow.
To action we go from the 15, first play of the second half.
Maverick with the call. Maverick Cole with the carry. Not much, basically a gain of about a foot, and that's about it. West De Pere comes up quick on defense. You know, that's something I think that we haven't talked enough about tonight, Ted. We talked all about that Pulaski defense. This West De Pere defense has been played some pretty solid football. You know, they gave up that short field when they went for it on 4th and a couple. Schultz again stacked up over there. No gain again. Bring up 3rd and 9. So West De Pere defense really comes out with emotion here at the start of the second half.
Always interesting to see what kind of adjustments the teams make at halftime.
Well, Pulaski's not going to make many adjustments. This is what they do. They can run a lot of variations. That's the thing. And there's times I literally don't use the binoculars when I watch their offense, because if you focus on one person and you follow that, they fake so well. They fake off the ball so tremendously well.
They've got a 3rd and 9 here from the 16, just underway here in the 3rd.
Wow, Schultz tried running a little bit of an old school play with the spin move. Joseph Joyner didn't have anything to do with it. 6'1", 225-pound linebacker just met him at the hole. So a quick 3 and out. Correct me if I'm wrong, Teddy. The first 3 and out.
I think you're right.
For Pulaski.
That Phantom defense is fired up here to start the 3rd.
Maybe the first 3 and out we've seen in 2 games for Pulaski with their offense. So a big stand for West De Pere, trying to set a little bit of a standard here in the second half.
Brock Steinbrecher waiting for the snap on his own 3-yard line.
Oh, good pressure.
This is a high punt,
I
but
believe
short.
it might have been tipped. I'm not sure, but it's going to go out of bounds at about the 30.
We'll step away. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. West De Pere starts this drive, their first drive of the second half, in great field position. Sitting
Great
on the
field position.
29-yard line of Pulaski.
Mitchell with the carry, but Pulaski comes up in a hurry. Derek Block, number 24, one of the guys getting up and getting over there, along with Charlie Schussler, number 26. Halftime score, Ted, Bayport 21, Manitowoc 6.
Yeah, that Bayport team is tough. We'll see them a little bit later in the regular season. We will see them against this West De Pere team.
Great matchup. Good fake.
That ball a little bit high, but a great job to grab that. That was Lesage that went up and on the ladder to pull that one in.
Yeah, Ryder Lesage did a nice job that time. Once again, the play action with Mitchell, who got off to a quick start early in the ball game. Then it seemed like the Pulaski defense was really keying on him. So they haven't allowed him to really burst through yet. You know, he's like we mentioned at the start of the game, he's like a 4-4, 4-5 guy. So he really has that burst. They've had schools looking at him. I was talking to one of the assistant coaches, possibly as more of a wide out, maybe a wing back type, a slot receiver, different places like that. But
always room for a great athlete.
Absolutely. 5'10", 181. So 3rd and 9.
Trips left this time. From the 28. Chauvold, here comes pressure. Chauvold steps up and right into the arms of one of the Pulaski defenders.
Yeah, well, Jackson Morgan, number 30 for Pulaski, really kind of messed up that play for West De Pere. He came early, and I think that forced the quarterback to take his eye off his receivers because he saw that red jersey coming in. You'll see him right there, and that made him pull it down, take it down, and then he was tackled by Griffin Holowinski.
Well, they're going to set up here for a field goal attempt.
40, wow.
38.
46-yarder, 47? From about the 37-yard line. So 47-yard field goal attempt.
This is Bryce Smith. Big leg. We've seen it tonight. This is low and no
Drifting
good.
left, yep. You know, it's a little bit of a low snap. The holder did a nice job, but I think it threw the rhythm off.
We'll be right back. So after the missed field goal attempt, it remains 10-7. Pulaski with the lead and now with the ball sitting on their own 20-yard line.
Third man through, number 33 carrying the football that time is Aiden McDougall. And again, they don't get much smaller in the backfield. 6'1", 225. I mean, just some big fellas in that backfield for Pulaski. But what a fantastic job of the Pulaski defense that time. What was it, the 30-yard line where West De Pere took over and made no headway? So a big stand by both defenses coming out to start this second half.
3-yard gain brings up 2nd and 7 from the 23. And maybe a pickup of 1.5 yards there. Nothing coming easy. You look at some of the stats from that first half. You know, two powerful offenses. Najee Mitchell, only 54 yards rushing. Maverick Cole, how many do you think he had in the first half?
54.
44. You're
44.
Pretty close. Duke Chauvold, 8 of 10 passing for 160 yards through the air. Pulaski threw 2 passes in that first half.
So 3rd and 5, deep in their own territory on the 25. Schultz looking to pass.
Pressure coming. He's hit as he throws it and launches
Intercepted.
it. Intercepted.
Thomas
Number
Walder.
23.
Trying to get the edge. He does. Flag down. Probably a block in the back over here on the near sideline. He was under heavy pressure, Schultz was. Probably ill-advised. I think the coaches for for Pulaski were looking for pass interference. A nice return, but again, there is a flag down at about the 34-yard line. And you always have to assume that's a block in the back.
After the interception, blindside block during the return on the return team. 15-yard penalty, first down.
So blindside block, they're calling it. So they're going to march that one back. Let's see where the line of scrimmage is going to be. Point of the foul. So he's going to start marching off from the 33 and take it back to the... Wow. Wow.
That's
way back.
Costly penalty. That's
all the way back
where
to
he
40.
had the interception.
That's right. Yep. Pretty much negates the return. So it takes it all the way back to the 48-yard line. That's where West De Pere will take over, 1st and 10. 6:16 to go, third quarter.
Mitchell in the backfield with Schulwald.
Mitchell.
Takes the handoff. Spins and picks up 5.
See how those defensive backs and linebackers come up, though, Ted? See how hard they come up? When they commit, they bring it all. They don't catch anybody. They attack each and every time. Number 3 getting up there, Elliot Karch, 6'1", 185 getting in there. These kids just play hard.
Mitchell was a little slow getting up.
I don't blame him. That guy's going 48 miles an hour when he hit him.
He stays in the game, though.
They do not hesitate. They don't flinch, this Pulaski defense. Gain of 5 for West De Pere. Mitchell again. Gain of about 1. Helmet flies off. Once again, number 3, Karch getting into the play. Had a few Karches over the years here in Pulaski, have I? Whole bevy.
Popular name here.
Yep. So 3rd and 4.
I wonder if they might take Mitchell out here for a play, but
got to be honest with you, Teddy. I don't know if this is 4-down territory. With as tight as this game is, I don't know. It might just turn out to be a game of field position here in this second half. And the West De Pere defense playing pretty good. I would not be surprised if they don't get this, if they just try to pooch it down near the goal line.
They're going to try to stay out of that situation, pick up 4 yards. Let's see what they can do here. Sitting on the 42, Mitchell this time, a little pitch to the near sideline. He's not going to make the first down, so now you can discuss 4 downs here, John.
Gain of about a yard. It's going to be 4th and a long 2. Basically 3. 4th and 3 is the situation from the 41-yard line. Again, just that swarming defense. Number 30, Jackson Morgan, has been in a lot of stops for the Red Raiders. They're going for it.
Go for it, Johnny.
They're going for it.
Sitting on
4th and 3.
The Pulaski 41-yard line, a 4th and 3 with 4:10 to go, trailing by 3 points.
Quarterback under center.
Fake to Mitchell. Schulwald rolls to his right. A flag comes in on the play, and another flag comes in downfield.
I saw the second one. Where's the first one, Ted?
I mean, it's in the area where you'd expect maybe a hold.
All right.
The way he rolled out.
And you'd have to think this...
Pass interference, defense.
Pass interference against
15-yard
Pulaski.
penalty, first down.
Okay, and that's it.
But they did. There was another flag that came in, wasn't there?
I did not see that one. That's why I was looking.
Okay.
I know you've been seeing yellow spots all night.
I'm not sure what I saw come flying across the field.
And I'll tell you what, that receiver was... That's all right, Teddy. Just sit down for a while. I'll get you some water. That's okay, buddy. Yeah, it's a long climb up here. I know that.
They are long, tall stairs here.
Yes, they are. You better believe it, pal. Just relax. You know, that has to be a frustrating play because the receiver was not open on that play when he let it go for Pulaski.
So fresh set of downs from the 26 now.
Low snap.
Chauvel looks right
Has a chance.
up top, looking for a man. Is that Norgard? Incomplete.
Boy, he went up with it, and I believe he made the catch, but just out of bounds. It was a good-looking throw, good-looking effort on both parts, and some pretty good coverage, but that did have a chance, but I believe he just came down out of bounds on that play. I like the play call, though, running that little bit of a corner route from this part of the field. That quarterback's got a great arm. He can lay it out there. So 2nd and 10 now from the 26-yard line. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Actually just tight now on the right. Open.
Wide open, the tight end cuts back to the middle and inside the 5-yard line for a first down and more deep in the Gallagher's Pizza red zone.
Suter Duchesne with the catch, 6'3", 204-pound tight end. They did a really good job finding a soft spot in that Pulaski defense. He just kind of settled down, didn't run through it. Right there, just set down. Quarterback just played catch with him. Nice pass. Big kid rumbles down inside the 5-yard line. 1st and goal from the 4. It's your Gallagher red zone there, Teddy?
You betcha. Sitting on the 4-yard line. Looking to take the lead. Chauvel under center this time.
Fake to Mitchell.
To Mitchell. Makes the pass and in. Touchdown, Phantoms.
Joseph Joyner, I believe, with the reception. And it is. Nice play call, I'll tell you what. This offense has looked impressive here in this second half for West De Pere. Did a nice job that time with the play action fake. Just flip it out to the man coming out of the backfield. And the score. Joyner, 6'1", 225, basically a linebacker. Played some fullback that time. Never seen two teams with more guys that are 6'1", 225 than these two teams.
The extra point is good, and for the first time tonight, West De Pere has the lead, 14-10 over Pulaski. 3:20 to go in the third. You're watching Showdown. Well, 3:20 remaining in the third quarter. West De Pere has finally taken their first lead of the game.
Yeah, Pulaski led 10-0 in this ball game. West De Pere battling back right now, taking that lead, like you mentioned, Ted. And this offense has gone almost exclusively passing. Mitchell's getting some carries, but they're also doing a lot of play action with Mitchell and a lot of the quarterback straight drop, reading that defense, finding that open man. Really impressed with the way that linebacker found the soft spot in that secondary, just sat right down, and the quarterback knew exactly where he was. First pass to the tight end, I believe, in the ball game.
Bryce Smith to kick off that big leg. A line drive fielded at the 5.
Mason Wells trying to get around some people.
Oh, great effort here.
Wow. I'll tell you what, he could have been stopped at about the 12-yard line, and just tough individual effort. Mason Wells, 6'3", 205 with a big return.
Wow, big time. All right, Down and Distance tonight brought to you by our friends at Gandrud West Mason Value Center with a no-hassle, no-haggle philosophy, meaning you get one low price always. Shop GandrudWest.com today.
Well, let's see if Pulaski has an answer now. 25-yard line. Moving down to the end of the third quarter. See if they put together one of their grind-them-out sort of drives. Schultz. Swarmed by that West De Pere defense. Coming up fast that time. Number 7, Cruz Vandenheuvel. 6'2", 183 linebacker. Loss of 2. So Schultz calling his old number, but all he sees are white jerseys in front of him. And taken down hard. Got a feeling we're going to see a pretty heavy dose of Maverick Cole here. What do you think, Teddy?
We might, but having to play from behind now, we'll see how that changes the strategy here. Late in the third.
Schultz looking to throw.
Just
and it's dropped. Oh, it would have been a first down.
Had Zach Shabilsky.
Shabilsky, tough drop right there. That was actually a really well-designed play. Caught Westy Pere by surprise. So 3rd and 12 now. And they are putting the ball in the air a little bit now. You'd think they'd have to do it again here at 3rd and 12, deep in their own territory. Looking for the pass.
And they do. And that time, Aiden McDougal.
But wow, great defense once again. Westy Pere, Thomas Walder, 6'1", 172. Senior defensive back coming up, making the stop. 4th down for the Red Raiders. So once again, Teddy, I mentioned the last time they had the ball was one of the first 3 and outs we had seen from them this season, and that's 2 in a row. Westy Pere defense has really, really risen to the occasion here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, playing with a lot more confidence.
Absolutely.
So from the 24, they'll have to punt.
Return man standing at his own 35. High snap. Gets it on. It's short. And it will die inside the 45-yard line. So great field position once again for Westy Pere to start this drive. Late stages of the 3rd quarter. Leading at 14-10.
Hey, tonight's instant replays are brought to you by Simon's Cheese. Experience the best of Wisconsin at Simon's Cheese Little Chute.
We going there this week for lunch? Remember we talked about going there for lunch?
Yeah,
have some grilled cheese sandwiches and chocolate milk?
That sounds delicious.
Cheese curds? I'm okay with that. Do they have desserts there, Teddy? Oh, they have fudge. They have that great fudge.
Delicious fudge.
Maple nut fudge. It's phenomenal. Dr. Pete wants me to eat a lot of that.
1st and 10 from the 44 as the Phantoms start inside Pulaski territory once again here in the 2nd half. That field position has been terrific for the Phantoms.
Really has.
Oh.
No
flags all over the place.
Yeah, a little extracurricular. There's Ryan Rodel taking him down, 5'10", 160.
Personal
Going
foul.
against Pulaski.
Late hit. Defense. 15-yard penalty. First out.
15 yards. Wow.
Well, and it was a penalty that kept the drive going for the Phantoms earlier in this
That's
quarter.
right. The pass interference. No question about it. Moving it all the way down to the 19-yard line now. Well, we've mentioned a swarming defense for Pulaski. They're going to have to do it right now. Going to be the real late stages of the 3rd quarter. One thing they're not noted as is a comeback team from a deep deficit. With their type of offense, it just takes a lot of time.
1st and 10 at the 19 inside the Gallagher's Pizza red zone.
Defense got in there in a hurry that time. Steinbrecher making the stop. Brock Steinbrecher, 6'5", 205 outside linebacker. He's a senior.
Inside of a minute to go now.
You know, one thing about this Pulaski defense, like we mentioned, Ted, you know, what a great job they've been doing through that entire 1st half. But right now it seems like the quarterback's doing a better job of reading what exactly Pulaski is giving them. And taking what he gets.
See what they want to do here on 2nd and 9.
Mitchell.
Oh,
nothing doing. There's that defense that we'd seen earlier in the ball game coming up once again. Mason Wells, number 27, 6'3", 205 senior. Watch 27. He makes a lot of plays. Does a great job. Sheds his blocker, breaks through, gets a little help from Rylan Rodell. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter.
4-point lead now for the visitors from West De Pere. 4th quarter action coming up after this timeout. You're watching Showdown.
West Mason Value Center makes navigating today's used car market easy. Find only quality pre-owned vehicles on our lot, safety inspected and reconditioned for the roads ahead. Our non-commissioned sales staff help you maintain your budget goals by guiding you to the right vehicle at one low price. And we help you stay on track by offering competitive financing options. It's that easy. Purchase your next vehicle with confidence from Gandrud West Mason Value Center.
Pulaski High School sports are supported by these fine Pulaski businesses. Hammerbeck Dental, proud supporter of Pulaski Athletics. JW Industries, wishing all Pulaski teams great success in 2022. Laney Cheese, cheering on the Red Raiders in every sport. Peters Concrete, you call, we haul, a great sponsor of Pulaski Athletics. And Witt Family Ford, from our lot to your driveway. Our tools help you find a vehicle quickly and easily.
Well, back at Saputo Stadium in Pulaski, Ted Stefaniak, John Mina with you. Week 5 of the high school football season. What a game this has been.
It certainly has. Wow.
We expected a big one. A couple of top 10 teams in Division II.
Two of the best.
We will certainly see in the playoffs.
No question about that.
And we begin the fourth quarter with West Appear with a 4-point lead, 14-10. They've got the ball and they're threatening again, sitting on a 3rd and 7. Ball on the 17-yard line inside the Gallagher's Pizza red zone.
Straight back. Plenty of time. Great protection. Now he's going to pull it and throw it away.
Kind of dangerous.
Yeah, I thought.
Oh, and a late flag again comes in.
I'll be honest with you, I missed it, Ted.
Yeah, no,
it was.
You had turned to
talk to
that's
you.
How late it was.
Right.
I didn't see what happened, though. So the officials will get together.
Was he over the line of scrimmage, possibly? You know, I actually thought he could have just kept it and got 3, 4, 5 yards.
Pass.
It is over the line of scrimmage, yep.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
You know, it's a real late decision for him to throw that. He was on his way out of bounds and could have gotten a couple of yards.
Well, and it was,
made the decision to toss it.
It was a late flag. Good discussion by the officials to get that play right.
But you're right. It was so late I had to return to talk to you. Last time I'll do that. So another long field goal attempt, huh? From the 29, so a 39-yard attempt.
We've seen Bryce Smith with this big leg.
Certainly have.
Trying to get it to 7 points here. The kick is up. It's low and no
Wide
good.
left. Big stop for Pulaski. They needed that.
We'll step away. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. So Pulaski takes over after the missed field goal. They start on their own 20-yard line.
Maverick Cole with the first carry, gain of about 3. I still think everything goes through him with this Pulaski offense. I know they tried changing things up a little bit, but I still think the number one weapon is Maverick Cole. And then everything, depends on the fakes with him and all those kinds of things.
And there he is. Cole, first down, has some blockers to the 50.
Look at that big man rumble.
On cue. Hey, let's check in with Chris Lemo.
Really good.
Lemo.
Hey guys, well, I finally, by the way, I decided after all this time to try the Polish sausage that you guys were talking about. It's been pretty good, looking at, watching the game, it brought me up quite the appetite. Also, as we get back to play here, I was thinking about some of the West Appear facilities that we highlighted this week. West Appear has some amazing facilities, really college level kind of stuff that honestly a lot of other teams in the area, even college level, don't have an indoor turf facility. So I was with these guys earlier this week when it was pouring out. They were able to get that practice in, which is really key.
So, okay, you only said it was okay, the Polish sausage? Is that what you said?
It tastes very much like a regular hot dog here.
Okay,
I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, listen.
We're gonna get you an escort.
Sneak out of here. Listen, drop what you're doing and run, okay? Because we're going to announce that over the loudspeaker here, that you said the Polish sausages were only okay, all right? Leave town immediately.
I had a feeling you guys would run me out of town for that one.
Run, Lemo, run!
So 1st and 10 from the 44. Yeah, I think you need a second one.
Yeah, I think he needs about 4 more. Wow, mea culpa too.
We could use 4 more. But
I don't have a problem with that. Where did yours go?
Where do you think?
Yeah, it disappeared. All right. Even cold, you ate that one, didn't you?
Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with the
cold Polish sausage.
You bet. So 2nd and 10 from the 44. Cole again.
Oof. Okay, that was one of the best tackles of Maverick Cole I've ever seen. That was outstanding. Number 11 coming up. Thomas Mudd, 6'3", 180, coming up to make that stop. You very seldom see Maverick Cole come to a complete and sudden stop, and he did that time. It's a gain of about 2. Big 3rd down here for Pulaski, trying to keep this drive alive. Keep it moving.
So 3rd and 7 from the 47.
Oh.
Well, a great job to secure the ball.
Yeah.
He's going to lose some yards, but that could have been much worse.
Absolutely. Wow. Maverick Cole did a great job that time. Just hanging on, running a little bit of that option with the pitch. And that Westy Pier defense is playing exactly the way the Pulaski defense played in the first half. Just swarming, shooting gaps, getting in there quickly, kind of mucking up the offense. So 4th and 14, they got a punt. Can I ask you just one more question, and I'll drop the whole subject of the Polish sausage. Is a Polish sausage the same as a kielbasa?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to say,
close.
Coming.
I think he might have. Yeah, he did get a hand on it.
Bounced
the official,
40.
Yep. Coming back this way to about 43.
All right, we'll step away. We'll be right back. This is Showdown. First and 10. West Pier starts on their own 43, and they'll keep it on the ground, and a flag comes in.
Mitchell with the carry, taken down by Brock Steinbrecher. Steinbrecher, after a gain of about 3. You got to get a little bit of that German influence in there. Steinbrecher.
It's kind of Oktoberfest season.
Absolutely, no question. In September. What's it called there, Teddy? Holding?
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Had a viewer question. Have a question for you.
Yeah.
They were very impressed that you remembered Billy Kilmer.
Yeah.
But not Josh Blount.
Yeah, you're right. I remember 1972, but not 2016. That's
not what I ate for breakfast.
That is a very good point. That is a really, really good point.
Hey, our viewers are on top of these things.
Okay. You're right.
They're paying more attention to you.
Yes, you're correct. I apologize, and tell your Blunt family. Under pressure, had to throw it away. Coming up hard, number 22, Brock Steinbrecher. Again. This is a quarterback out of bounds. It seemed like he's getting up kind of slow, a little gingerly.
Took a hit. He was looking for maybe a flag on that, but
I'll tell you what, both defenses have all of a sudden taken over the tenor of this football game. With 8:31 left to play, both defenses playing hard. Both defenses realizing how big the next 8.5 minutes are to their season. I got this one, Teddy, for one of our viewers. Polish sausage or kielbasa, the same thing.
Yeah.
Call me in a month or so. I'll have some venison kielbasa for
there
you.
you go.
There you go.
That
Thank you.
sounds delicious. 2nd and 16. He's going to bring up 3rd and long now.
Not sure if he read that one right. Norgard was wide open, coming just shallow of that wide receiver. Did you see that, Ted? They had the wide receiver down there at about the 50-yard line. Norgard was running a crossing pattern. He was more open, but I don't think the quarterback saw him. I think he was shielded from the defensive back.
So here we are about midway through the 4th quarter. This is a big play for West Pier. Pulaski trying to get the ball back.
Right. Like I said, man, the last 7 or 8 minutes has been all defense on both sides.
This one can go either way right now. Trips to the, or excuse me, 2 receivers to the right this time. They'll bring a 3rd receiver into the play. Chauvel goes back.
Screen the other way. He's got some blockers. Oh, nice job of recovery by the Pulaski defense. Wow, I'll be honest with you, Teddy. It looked like he had a caravan downfield, and all of a sudden a bunch of red shirts just appeared on the screen.
But here you go. That was a nice 7-yard pickup, but you're still now 9 yards
Yeah.
shy of a first down.
Yeah,
So
you are.
we'll call it 4th and 8.
Right.
Coming up.
It's got to be a punting situation from your own 45. Yep. Bryce Smith. The man with the leg, the multi-talented leg. His extra points go like 42 yards. Have you noticed that? They just go off into the darkness of the night.
Just like his kickoffs. That's a high snap.
And a high punt, high short punt. Bounces on the 37. And we'll die at about the 33.
All right, we'll be right back. 1st and 10. Pulaski takes over on their own 34. 7:26 to go in the game, and they trail by 4.
Big, big, big possession. Schultz looking deep. Oh, just overshot his man who had about a step. Is that Caden Haig?
Thomas Walder was on the coverage.
Had a shot. Schultz throwing a nice ball out there. Look at that thing. Just about a yard overthrown. Tell you what, Pulaski pulling some plays deep out of the playbook, though. Give him credit for that.
Well, trying to loosen some things up there.
Right, because this defense, once again, they're not respecting the pass at all, and they're just coming. We were talking about the Pulaski defense, had their safeties about 17 yards deep. It's only about 7 yards deep for Westy Pier. And they come up and swarm. Big defensive play once again for Westy Pier. Number 8, Joseph Joyner. Number 11, Thomas Mudd. Both coming in to make the stop.
Loss of 1.
And this Pulaski defense or offense is kind of stymied right now. Not sure what exactly they've got working for them.
Trying to find the answer here.
Right, they
Under
have
7
not in the
minutes
second
to
half.
go.
And I'll tell you what, that clock is just unrelenting because it just doesn't stop. This is very big. This is a very big play for Pulaski in this ball game. And a big play was made instead by the Westy Pier defense. Wow, they got in there in a hurry once again. Number 8, Joseph Joyner. Just a big play by that defense. Nolan Matthews getting in there. So 4th and 11. And we are halfway through basically the entire 4th quarter. So now it's up to
Steinbrecher.
Yeah, Steinbrecher. Now it's up to the Pulaski defense. Low punt. Line drive at the 35. He's got a lane up the right side. Takes out of bounds right at midfield. That's number 6, Carter Schmidt with the return. 5:49 to go. This is it for that Pulaski defense. They got to shut Westy Pier down to win this football game.
Well, free of charge, walk in for an injury assessment and immediate evaluation by a Bellin Health Titletown Sports Medicine and Orthopedics team. Save the cost of an ER or urgent care visit for sports injuries. Experience elite care for everybody. Bellin Health, the official healthcare partner of Sports Showdown.
Here we go, Teddy.
5:49.
Mitchell.
Phantoms go back to work.
Taken down right off the bat.
I'm assuming a heavy dose of ground.
Charlie Schuster that time. Absolutely, you would think. Linebacker came up, made the stop quickly, read it. I got a feeling they're just going to be attacking those gaps like he did right there. Also into the play that time, 43, Eric Sperduto. Gain of 1. Clock ticking. Westy Pier in no hurry. They're going to milk that entire play clock. They are really milking it. 2nd and 9, moving down to the 5-minute mark. It's up to the Pulaski defense now. Mitchell has a lane short of the first down. Looked like he was going to have that first down. Then the Pulaski defense came over and shut him down. Elliot Karch going over and making the stop.
Yeah, and they're going to take as much time as they can before
They really are,
play,
absolutely.
So that'll allow us to salute our friends over at Whitford. From our lot to your driveway, our easy tools help you find a vehicle quickly and easily. Whitford, your trusted Ford dealer.
3rd and 2. Trying to draw him offside. That didn't work. But as you mentioned, just taking as much time off that clock as humanly possible.
I didn't think they'd snap it that quickly.
No. Mitchell.
Almost a mistake on that handoff.
And I think he's got it.
Do you see it? Almost a little bobble.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I thought the quarterback was trying to pull it back out, to be honest with you. I thought it might be a little bit of a bootleg where he rides Mitchell to the left and then pulls it out and takes to the right side. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes a quarterback makes such a great fake with that running back that the running back assumes he's getting the football, where in the quarterback's mind, he's pulling it out. So it is 1st and 10 from the 38, 4:05 left to go.
Norgard is split out wide to the right with those trips.
Looking deep.
To the left
side. Has a shot.
Got him. Touchdown, Phantoms. Oh, but now wait a minute. We had one official signal touchdown, another said no, and I think what happened is the receiver may have stepped out of bounds before he caught it.
That's Ben Lemeron, the receiver. Beautiful throw by the quarterback. That was absolutely dropping a dime. And now a flag comes out. And he had dropped his hat first, and that generally means he's marking the spot where somebody stepped out of bounds.
Well, we waited for the official call, and the official from the near sideline came in, signaled touchdown, but again, the official on the far sideline that saw the play develop along that sideline was the one who...
And he actually had his flag, or excuse me, had his hat right about where the flag is, which is about the 16-yard line. So I'm assuming that's where he said he stepped out of bounds.
Wide receiver stepped out of bounds. We have illegal participation on the offense. That's a 15-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
Wow, big 15-yard penalty.
Take 6 points off
Holy
the board.
Cow, that is huge. Well, that quarterback throws a nice ball, though, doesn't he, Ted?
Well, we'll see if he does it again here.
So now 1st and 25. All the way back in their own territory at the 47. 3:48 left to play in the ball game.
What a huge break for Pulaski. Now, they've still got 3 timeouts left.
Right.
You might expect them to start using some of them now that they're sitting on a 1st and 25. And this backs West Appear all the way back into their own territory at the 47.
Mitchell gets by 1.
Jet sweep.
Got taken down by Derek Block, number 24, and others. Gain of about 5. Bring up 2nd and about 20. Well, maybe about 18. 17. See, Mitchell got by that guy. And taken down, as we mentioned, also Eric Sperduto with the tackle. That clock keeps on ticking. You know, if you're Pulaski, you know what else you're doing? You're going for the strip. No question about it. Hold one guy up and somebody else go for the strip. Got to do it.
Closing in.
Otherwise, they're going to milk this clock right down to almost nothing.
2nd and 17 from the Pulaski 45.
Oh, nice play by Mitchell that time. Second time he's made a big play, only a 5-yard gain, but still could have been a 1 or 2 yard gain.
Yeah, it's going to bring up 3rd and 10. And
3rd and 11.
Pulaski will take a
timeout. 3rd and 10, yep. With 2:47 left to play. They need the football back.
Well, our Down and Distance tonight has been brought to you by Gandrud West Mason Value Center, offering quality vehicles at one low price and competitive financing options. Purchase with confidence from Gandrud West Mason.
So what do you do if you don't get this, Ted? And how aggressive do you be on offense right now if you're Westy Pier? And then do you pooch punt? I would think that's my strategy would be this.
Yeah.
My strategy would be run whatever you want to run right now to milk that clock down. Okay? Keep that thing rolling down to the 2-minute mark, basically. Then keep it in bounds, do the pooch punt, and force Pulaski to go about possibly 90 yards. That's my strategy. You?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's a field position game at this point. You may have noticed the young man on crutches, number 23 in the red jersey for Pulaski, and Pulaski missing one of their top defenders tonight. And Jake Adams.
Hated to see that. What a tremendous football player he is. What a tremendous football player. Hate to see any high school athlete, any level, but especially high school when you're a senior. You really hate to see that.
So here we go. 3rd and
quarterback
10.
Keeper.
Showdown takes a big hit after picking up about 5 yards. So you've got a 4th and 5.
4th and 5. You know what? You might as well go for it at this point.
33?
Yeah.
You're changing your mind?
Yes. Teddy?
I liked your initial thought there.
Okay. But now I'm thinking you might as well go for it. You got a chance to make it. Let's see what they do. You know me, and
Coach Greisen might take a timeout to talk this over
right.
and think about it for a second. We'll see what he wants to do. They're not
either way, he's letting that clock run down as far as he can before he calls that timeout.
The very last second.
Yep.
Yeah.
So either way, Pulaski will have less than 2 minutes to go if they do get the ball back. Let's see what happens here.
So under 2 minutes to go. West Lapeer will use their first timeout. So both teams will have 2 timeouts remaining.
And there's the timeout with 146 left to play in the ball game. 4th down and 5 on their own 33.
Okay, so Coach Greisen is gonna take a moment here to think about it, talk it over with the team. Now this will give you a chance to kind of reboot.
I'm going to reboot.
You had a punt initially.
I did.
They picked up 5 yards, and then you said, let's go for it.
It's right in that weird area now where, because if you put it in the end zone, if you pooch punt and you put it in the end zone, you're really not, you didn't accomplish all that much, and you're giving the other team the football and a chance to win the football game. If you gain 5 yards, the football game is over.
Oh, all you have to do is gain 5 yards?
That's all you got to do.
Oh, well then.
Okay, my strategy. Are you going to listen or no?
Yeah,
You're going to listen or no?
Are
you going to listen?
I'm listening.
My strategy
20
is.
years I've been listening.
Are you going to listen?
What do you got?
Are you going to listen?
Go ahead, sir.
I'm going with you're keeping the football on the ground. You're giving it to Mitchell, okay? And you're going for the first down to end the football game.
Okay.
My strategy. How about you?
I would punt here.
You would punt?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would punt.
All right.
I mean, they're still having a discussion. I am assuming they're coming out and going for it.
Okay. I think they're going to punt. I think they're bringing out number 18, Bryce Smith.
Well, that's Showdown.
Oh, that's Showdown. You're right. It is Showdown.
Yeah, they're going to go for it.
That was 18. They're going for it. And in the shotgun. Okay.
4th and 5 from the 33. Big play here.
Oh, and it's the pooch anyway.
And fielded inside the 5.
I should have stuck with my guns the first time, huh?
Wow. I think that's the right call.
Well, that's right. I mean, Pulaski, obviously, they don't have a high-powered, score in a hurry type of offense. They got 37 seconds to go, about 98 yards, and they need a touchdown.
Well,
but let's see.
Coach Marsh has got something in his bag of trips.
You have to think so. Absolutely, you have to think so. You plan for every situation that there is, so they'll be putting it in the air one way or another.
Pulaski starts this drive on their own 2 with one.
Or maybe not. Maverick Cole. Okay.
Pulaski has 2 more timeouts here. They'll line up quickly, and we've got an injured
player's
player.
Down. Number 73 just went down. Samuel Norman for Pulaski.
So an injured.
Checking his leg.
Yep, 72 comes into the game.
Yeah, he'll have to come out, obviously. So 2 timeouts for Pulaski. 98 yards to go for a score.
I think that was Coach Marsh that went out there to check on the injured player.
Jared Marsh, we've dealt with him a lot over the years, huh? I was very cordial before the games. Good man to talk to.
Without a doubt, his 9th year as the head coach here at Pulaski.
Always hospitable folks up here at Pulaski.
Without a doubt.
Folks in the press box are always great. Although somewhat sensitive, the fans, somewhat sensitive. When I'm walking in, some of the fans give me a hard time because my folder that I carry my stuff is Westy Pier orange. Well, that's not as bad as when Coach Jones at Kimberly got all over me because he said I was dressed like both of us said we were dressed like Appleton North coaches. Remember that? So I never know what to wear. I try to be neutral.
Let's take a look at the West Pier schedule coming up. Second half of the season, and a big one. They're rivals from across the river.
You bet. De Pere. Green Bay Southwest has been kind of up and down this year. Preble, and then, of course, Bayport, which is right now the cream of the crop.
Well, if West De Pere holds on to this 4-point lead in the last 121 here, shaping up pretty good that West De Pere and Bayport may meet for a conference title. A lot of football to be played, but you like to look ahead a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I always do, of course. That's part of the fun of it. I think it's kind of fun that you've got 5 games in. Actually, you have 6 games in before the end of September.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that. So here's Pulaski.
2nd and 10.
See if they've got a little hook and ladder in them or something. Schultz looking and taken down for a safety.
Well, they needed to come up with a big play, but that
Westy Pier defense just
through.
Tough. Joseph Joyner, number 8, got in there in a hurry. Take another look at it here, Teddy. Going back, pressure coming in, and they just take him down. Wow, celebration on the Westy Pier sidelines. And that will do it. Well, it might do it, 16-10. But yeah, this Westy Pier defense this second half has been flawless, absolutely flawless. They haven't let Pulaski. Once again, Pulaski had a 10-0 lead in this ball game.
Yeah, we were a scoreless first quarter.
10 straight points in the second quarter.
And it's been all West De Pere.
Certainly has. Tell you what, they really made some adjustments at halftime, West De Pere, offensively and defensively. About halfway through that second quarter, I thought the West De Pere offense started finding their groove. That's when it really started.
Yep. Well,
so they're going to kick from the 20-yard line. It'll be West De Pere football, and they can just take a knee for the rest of the.
Well, see what happens here.
Pulaski
needs to get the ball back. Anything could happen, but this would be, if something's going to happen, it's probably going to happen right here.
It has to happen right here. Yep. Or else mathematically, West De Pere can ride it out. Good, hard-fought football game, though, tonight. Man, just hitting and flying to the football, flying around the field.
Well, these two teams met twice last year. Once in the regular season, then in the first round of the playoffs.
We did that playoff game, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. We also did West De Pere last year in the unbelievable rainstorm in De Pere. That was just ridiculous.
You know the rain has stopped. You still.
I still think it's the only game I thought should have been delayed because of rain.
For rain?
Yes, for rain. If they can do it for baseball, they can do it for football. That's all I'm saying. So try the onside kick. It doesn't go 10 yards. So that will be it. West De Pere will have the football. Pulaski will have 2 timeouts with 1:08. But that's about all they can do.
We'll take a look at the Pulaski schedule. We got Ashwaubenon coming up next week. Sheboygan North, Green Bay Southwest, Preble. Yeah, a really tough stretch. We were talking about this a couple weeks ago when they played at De Pere. The schedule maker.
De Pere, Bayport, West De Pere, Ashwaubenon has showed some flashes this year.
Tough 3-week stretch.
No question. No question. So 1:08 to go. West De Pere just hanging on. Handoff Mitchell straight up the gut. Taken down after gain about 1. Timeout called by Pulaski.
And they'll have one more after
One more after this. Trying to strip that football and make something happen. You know, Ted, one thing about these football games amongst these teams, and you said both were ranked in the top 10 in the state, it's it'd be interesting to know what schools from down in the Madison or the La Crosse or Eau Claire or Wisconsin Rapids, when they see those rankings, what they think of Northeast Wisconsin football. Because, when those early matchups or second round come up, usually one of these teams, somebody's going to be traveling, and they have to be thinking to themselves, man, they play some pretty tough football in that part of the world.
Yeah, you just look up and down the top 10 in the state in the coaches poll. I mean, it is just loaded with areas.
Well, I'll run down it. In Division 1, Kimberly is 2, Bayport is 4, Neenah is 7. Division 2, Pulaski is 4, West De Pere is 6. Those two might flip-flop after tonight. Yep. Division 3, Menasha is 4, Luxembourg-Casco 6, Fox Valley Lutheran at number 9. Division 4, Freedom is number 3 in the state. Big game for them tonight against Wrightstown, by the way. Little Chute is 9. Two Rivers, with some tremendous running backs, by the way, is number 10. It's been a while since Two Rivers have been ranked in the top 10. Division 5, Kewanee, a team we've seen undefeated, is 6. Southern Door, their big rivals, number 7. Division 6, some school from Fond du Lac I hadn't really heard of before. St. Mary Springs
yeah.
is number 1. Yeah. Coleman. How about the Coleman Cougars? Once again, they've had some great athletes come through there over the last couple of years. They're number 2.
1 and 2 sitting there.
1 and 2, St. Mary Springs and Coleman. Incredible, the representation of Northeast Wisconsin.
Checking some other scores in the fourth quarter. De Pere and Green Bay Southwest tied.
Wow.
21 apiece.
Hey, Southwest has some football players, I'm telling you.
Fox Valley Lutheran leading Denmark tonight 28-14. So 2nd and 8. Ball on the 23, and Mitchell gets a call again, and we'll get another timeout quickly from Pulaski as we reach the 1-minute mark. Clock will stop at 54 seconds.
Not to make anybody mad, not to make all the other teams mad, so I'm not going to do it, so I'm going to ask you the question. Okay. Best team you've seen this year?
I know where you're going with this, because I know what your answer is going to be.
Okay.
I think you're going to say Neenah.
I am.
Yeah. I think you're going to say
Of the teams
Neenah.
We've seen, they played the most complete game.
Standpoint.
They played an absolute complete game. I mean, Kimberly last week obviously played like Kimberly plays football. No question about it. And they beat, they really shut down a very good Appleton North team that made it to the state semifinals last year and had a whole bunch of players coming back. But of the performances, Neenah was the most complete team that we've seen this year.
Yeah, hard to argue that. They've been rolling, and Neenah was taking on Appleton North tonight. So see if we find some scores.
It's a tough stretch for Appleton North,
around the area.
Kimberly and then Neenah. Of course, Fond du Lac still in the mix in that group.
Bayport leading Manitowoc 35-6.
So one more snap, and that should pretty much do it.
Pulaski's out of timeouts here.
Rolling out, taking it on the right side, going down.
Did he stay in bounds?
Staying in bounds.
Yeah,
yep,
he did.
He stayed in bounds. Did the slide, stayed in bounds.
It was close.
It was very close. With 40 seconds left, fourth down. That'll
where are we going to be next week, Johnny?
We are going to be at Appleton Xavier High School, Rocky Blyer Field.
Yeah.
Okay. Taking on their longtime rivals, Wapaka, in a homecoming game. And I realize the records aren't as spectacular as what we normally try to have, but it's a very special night. Rocky Blyer coming back for homecoming, doing a bunch of things for our Wisconsin Veterans Village with the Rocky Blyer Golf Tournament. He's going to spend the whole weekend there, and he's going to be up in the booth with us. And you know what? Rocky and I are going to talk old-time 1970s football. And you know what? You don't have to say anything. You know what Rocky Blyer will know all about? He'll know all about Billy Kilmer.
I bet you he will.
He will know everything you want to know about Billy Kilmer.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that.
You're good.
So the clock winds down to 5 seconds. Got an updated score here for you. Neenah wins tonight over Appleton North, 21-10.
Okay.
So Neenah, we were just talking about 5-0 on the season,
and ranked number 2 in the state behind Mukwonago. Whenever I hear Mukwonago, I always think of one athlete. You know who the one athlete is? B.J. LaRue. Remember B.J. LaRue? Played at Mukwonago.
Yep. He had the, you were talking about Freedom?
Yes.
Wrightstown big game tonight?
Yes.
Final from Freedom, 42-7, Freedom over Wrightstown.
Wow. That Freedom team is really something. Clint Krewald, of course, the head coach.
Kewanee with
His
a win
son
over
is
Bonduelle,
phenomenal.
40-19. Luxembourg Casco falls to Little Chute tonight.
Really?
So and that was two of the top 10 teams in
Yep,
Division 4.
in
Little
Division
Chute with
4.
a 14-8 victory over Luxembourg-Casco. We'll see Luxembourg-Casco in a couple of weeks as well.
Big win for Little Chute.
So final play of the game.
The Mustangs. And running around and then throwing it out of bounds to end the football game. And that's it. Big win for Westy Pier, coming from 10 down to knock off the home team Pulaski Red Raiders.
16-10, the final score. West Pier with the win. They're 5-0 on the season. Pulaski suffers their second straight defeat. They fall to 3-2. We'll come back, wrap things up, get you ready for next week after this timeout.
Pulaski Athletics are supported by these fine businesses. Performance Auto Body, proud sponsors of Pulaski's high school sports teams. McKeefrey & Sons, wishing all teams great success in 2022. With Family Ford, from our lot to your driveway, our tools help you find a vehicle quickly and easily. Asphalt Specialists, proud to support Pulaski Athletics. And Super Ron's Food Center, a great sponsor of all Pulaski Athletics.
Wait, how many times do I have to come back?
Personal call, too many appointments. You should have gone to North Star Dental.
Dr. Pete and his team have experience, and with today's technology, can do more dentistry in just one visit.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pete Haley from North Star Dental, and dental implants should last a lifetime. Whether you need a single tooth replacement or a full mouth reconstruction, you can get it all done here under one roof.
North Star Dental, changing your life by changing your smile.
Since 1926, Ryan Funeral Home and Crematory has served De Pere and our surrounding communities. When the time is right, let us know how we can help you and your family. Thoughtful service sincerely rendered. Ryan Funeral Home and Crematory, De Pere.
Gandred West Mason Value Center makes navigating today's used car market easy. Find only quality pre-owned vehicles on our lot, safety inspected and reconditioned for the roads ahead. Our non-commissioned sales staff help you maintain your budget goals by guiding you to the right vehicle at one low price. And we help you stay on track by offering competitive financing options. It's that easy. Purchase your next vehicle with confidence from Gandred West Mason Value Center.
By some measures, our economy is doing great. We've reached the lowest unemployment in state history. We have a record budget surplus. But there's another side too. Rising prices for groceries, gas, and medications. Folks, that's a problem. That's why I have a plan to cap prescription drug prices, aggressively prosecute price gouging, and cut taxes by another 10% for working families. It's the right thing to do for Wisconsin and our economy.
Pulaski High School sports are supported by these fine Pulaski businesses. Hammerbeck Dental, proud supporter of Pulaski Athletics. JW Industries, wishing all Pulaski teams great success in 2022. Laney Cheese, cheering on the Red Raiders in every sport. Peters Concrete, you call, we haul, a great sponsor of Pulaski Athletics. And Witt Family Ford, from our lot to your driveway. Our tools help you find a vehicle quickly and easily.
If you design men's underwear, you'd make them what?
Velcro.
You ain't put no Velcro on us down there. Wax yourself.
Family Feud. So the final tonight from Saputo Stadium, it's West Pier with a 16-10 win over Pulaski. The Phantoms moved to 5-0 on the season, and man, this is a really good team from West Pier.
Well, I'll tell you what, that West Pier offense just went up to a different notch midway through that second quarter, and they never took their foot off the pedal. That was really impressive. They let the quarterback throw the ball around a lot more, and he really found his receivers. He's got a phenomenal arm. But that West Pier defense, earlier on, the entire story was that Pulaski defense shutting down West Pier as Pulaski took a 10-0 lead, but then something happened midway through that second quarter, and it continued all the way through the second half. Big turnaround win for West Pier.
2 straight losses now for Pulaski. Do not sleep on the Red Raiders the rest of the way. You're going to see this team in the playoffs.
Absolutely, no question about it. They're still really, really tough. You know, I think they do suffer a little bit with the loss of a great linebacker that they lost. So that's too bad. You hate to see that. He was the heart and soul of that defense. But that's a good football team. They're not going anyplace.
Yeah, fun game tonight. Great job by both teams. West Pier with the win tonight. Big one coming up next week. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's a fun one next week.
This is a little bit unusual. We head to the Bay Conference. Xavier, Appleton Xavier, hosting Wapaka.
We haven't seen Wapaka in a lot of years, back in their glory days. And as I mentioned before, Rocky Blair, the legendary Rocky Blair, will be in the booth with us calling the game. That's going to be fun.
Looking forward to that. That is next Friday, 7 o'clock, right here on TV 32. Join us for Sports Showdown. That's going to wrap it up.
You know what they have at Xavier? Dilly bars.
Dilly bars.
Dilly bars. That's the only high school where they have dilly bars.
Okay. Put Lemo on that.
Put Lemo on the butterscotch dilly bars. I'm telling you. It's good stuff.
That's going to do it for us. For John Mino and our entire crew, I'm Ted Stefaniak. Thanks for spending your Friday night with us.
Okay, can I just say one last final thing?
Sure.
When you thought there was a different flag, and I said, well, Teddy, I feel bad. I know you've been seeing yellow spots. And one of your friends or viewers, they said, Ted, we saw a second flag too, and you were all over me.
John and Jenny were.
And
they were there to support me.
You were all over, and then after you got all over me, saying, yeah, there was a second flag. See, somebody else saw it. Then what did they text back?
They just wanted to support me.
They didn't see any flag.
But hey, that's what friends are for.
That's what friends are for. Absolutely,
what
buddy.
Do you say? It's not good to kick a friend when they're down?
I've heard that. You've done it to me, though.
All right, truce.
All right.
Truce.
Okay.
Now we'll say goodbye. He's Mino. I'm Teddy. We'll see you next week. Everybody's 7 o'clock next Friday, Wapaka and Xavier. Good night.
See ya.
Tonight's game on TV 32 is brought to you by Ellen Health. Elite care for everybody. Gallagher's Pizza. Italian food.